The motor. The heart of the Quid system is the motor. In other words, the technological part of the fitting that contains the actual light source. It is a patented system. The motor carries out several functions. Dissipation, which is optimized by securing the LED directly to the metal body. The structural function, the motor itself forms the base on which the optics are secured, and the finishing elements characterizing the style of the product. The IP66 level of protection obtained by using silicone gaskets that seal the motor itself. Moreover, the motor also has an aesthetic function because the finish, which is always white, is an integral part of the design, creating color combinations. Finally, it houses the 220V integral ballast and the wiring terminal block. With these characteristics, we offer two sizes of motor, each available with two power capacitors. The model 11 cm in diameter is available in a 900 or 1200 lumen version. The model 16 cm in diameter is available with LED up to 2.800 lumen. In the different models of motors, the LED, the driver or both may vary. I would like to point out that when speaking of lumen, reference is always made to the theoretical lumen output from the LED source, and it should be noted that this is considering a temperature of 85 degrees on the LED and not, as is customary practice, considering a value of 25 degrees. Then in the catalogue, under the item Actual Lumen, the actual light output of the fitting is given once the optical part has been fitted on the motor. The rear bases. The motor, as it has been seen up until now, is not a light fitting. Firstly, it has to be completed with an element for the application to a securing surface. We are consequently referring to the securing bases, which are these objects that are available until now in 8 colors. They are coupled to the motor in a very simple way by means of 3 screws. Having done this, a first version of Quid is ready for installation. On a wall, straight or at an angle of about 20 degrees, or on the ceiling. The fitter will presumably use a cable for outdoor use for the wiring. If on the contrary the installation has normal single-pole wires, the fitter will presumably use a cable for outdoor use for the wiring. If on the contrary the installation has normal single-pole wires, the piece of sheathing provided with the product can be used, which is only a styling element to hold the cables. In fact, this solution does not guarantee compliance with the electrical wiring standard. Not only this, Quid can also be used as a hanging light fitting. For this, a kit is available consisting of a ceiling rose, complete with cable gland and other cable gland which is fitted to the securing base, having removed the grommet. It is sufficient for the fitter to provide a hanging cable for the connection between the ceiling rose and the fitting. It is not necessary to add a steel wire because, as the product is light in weight, it does not require any other anchorage. Once the rear base has been chosen, the light fitting has to be completed by choosing the diffuser to be applied over the lid. Various solutions are available. Let's start with the one we call vintage, which is reminiscent of the style of the all-glass headlights and motor vehicles. Then a diffuser is available in polyglass, a material which features an opaline appearance and which therefore hides the inside of the fitting from view, but at the same time it guarantees an excellent light diffusion. Alternatively, 2 other diffusers are available, again in polyglass, but in different shapes, square or round, that enable the look of the product to be changed, even at a later date, at a limited cost, and in a very short time. The diffusers are fitting by resting them on the motor and tightening the 3 dowels already provided. This simple action involves the gasket so that the product is assembled and the IP66 level of protection is guaranteed. In this way, Quid is complete and ready for use in its basic version. The covers. However, this basic version can be enriched with other decorative solutions using the covers. accessories which radically change the appearance of Quid and multiply its possibilities of use. The covers are available in 4 different styles and in 2 sizes to match the mottos. The choice is the small, round cover with a design that can be defined as old style, the square cover, the large round cover, and the bell cover, which wants to be reminiscent of the vintage style of many of the light fittings still present in industrial settings and workshops. All these models are available in various colors and finishes: transparent or semi-opal material, translucent colors, orange, green, light blue, concealing covers, white or black. The covers are very easy to fit on the product. The ring nut provided with the cover just has to be fitted on the motor using the 3 screws supplied instead of the dowels seen previously for securing the diffuser. The ring nut allows the cover to be mounted simply by means of rotating interlocking system. To make the operation even easier, the cover is marked with a sign consisting of the logo as the position reference and close and open arrows to guide the movement. This solution also allows the cover to be replaced easily at a later date, with the result that the light fitting appears completely restyled with a new look. The procedure is identical for the small and the large model, and the result is a charming combination of a style which can also include a vintage look with a modern LED technology. The accessories. The range of installation possibilities is further enriched by the availability of some specific accessories. For example, for the vintage bell covers, we have created a wall support both for the large and for the small bell cover. We call these supports brackets, and they are available at 2 different angles, at 90 degrees for these effects, or at 45 degrees for this other configuration. These brackets are handmade, the metal is handcrafted, and they are finished with a zinc plating both inside and outside. Another option for the vintage range is the hanging fitting, using the special kit. For the basic version of the product, it is possible to use 2 special rear bases provided with an arm and joint instead of the rear securing bases seen previously. In this way, Quid can be wall-mounted, preferring the side joint, which is also suitable for fitting to floors, or ceiling-mounted, with the other model of arm with a rear central joint for a symmetrical adjustment, which is suitable for fitting to floors as well. In this case too, the configuration is the same for the large and for the small model. Here are the ways in which the light fitting can be directed. The arms are made of a die-cast aluminium and provided with a nickel-plated brass cable gland. The wiring is done by making the cable which comes out of the wall go through this hole, then inserting it into the fitting by means of the cable gland. The product is IP66, so in order to maintain this level of protection, a sheathed cable must be used. If on the other hand, for indoor installation there are normal single-pole wires, then in this case too, as we saw for the rear base, a sheath is provided, which is only a styling element to contain the cables. In fact, this solution does not guarantee compliance with the electrical wiring standard. Also, the design of the arm includes some details that are reminiscent of vintage characteristics, such as the evidence of the welding between the rear base and the plate, or the stainless steel connection and closing elements, reintroducing the securing nuts and bolts used for the halogen lights of the 1980s. In this case too, the light fitting is completed with a choice of optical units. Furthermore, the jointed arm, both in the large and in the small version, can be coupled to the garden accessory, creating a new configuration, use of which is shown like this. All the options are possible in this case too, thematic options for the body and style options for the diffuser. All the solutions seen so far are the result of the combination of several codes, so that whoever chooses the fitting can enjoy maximum freedom of creativity. We have also provided some simple configuration instruments, both on paper, like this one, or like the one in the catalogue, as well as online, available on our website, which provides a guide to choosing the various components and gives the opportunity to see the look of the different elements chosen in advance, while providing a list of the codes necessary to purchase the fitting. Finally, the only product that is configured as it is pre-assembled is a totally new item in the Lombardo range, in other words, the Standard. Available in two sizes, floor standing or tabletop, the only options are the colours white, black, orange, cotton. For all the rest, the Standard is supplied complete and ready for installation. At the moment, it is available with an IP20 level of protection due to the cable, the plug and the switch, which come as standard fittings. So if the original configuration were to be modified and a specific cable for outdoor use adopted, a product with an IP66 level of protection would be obtained.